If you're a FloorFocus business owner and you have no idea why some leads stop texting you, never book, you tend to lose them to everyone else. Maybe you buy leads from like shared services, or you work with like a marketing company or wherever. They send you leads and then people ghost you, they never book. The reason this is happening is not because most of the times, don't get me wrong, leads are trash, but a lot of the times it's just because you're not nurturing them properly. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly 5 tips and tricks that we've learned based on 100 plus flooring retailers and contractors that we work with only in the US and only for flooring companies. I will show you the 5 things we've learned on how to get people, one, to answer the phone, two, to engage in them, and three, to ultimately book. Because that's what you want. You want people to book an in-home appointment, you want them to show up, and you want them to close. So just, give me 5 to 10 minutes and I'll break down every single one for you. And it's gonna help you dramatically in actually getting people to show up, getting people to close. All right, so number one is what we call the leaky bucket problem. So this is kind of the main problem that most people have is the second a lead puts their information to learn more about your flooring services, a clock starts ticking due to something called lead decay. It doesn't matter if you're doing Facebook ads, Google ads, you buy leads from Legion services. This happens, and it doesn't matter if they even like enter your store or it's a referral, word of mouth. It doesn't matter where the lead comes from. This always happens, which is lead decay. Every day that passes, every minute that passes, heck, every second that passes, the lead is losing interest. So when they submit their information, that's when they're highest on interest. They're like, hey, I'm super interested. I'm looking for flooring. But every second that passes, every minute, every moment, every day, every week, they're losing interest. So that means as time goes on, the interest level of the prospect is gradually decreasing, right? So that's why you need to have a 5-minute rule. If you don't contact the lead within 5 minutes of them opting in, of you getting that lead, you're essentially putting ad spend into a leaky bucket. Just imagine you have a bucket and the bucket is like your marketing and you're just putting water into it. And the water is like the dollars, right? But what if the bucket has like holes and you're losing all the water? That means you're losing all your ad spend. So you're putting all this money into marketing, but then because the bucket has holes, you're losing all your money. And that's what tends to happen when you don't have good enough lead nurture. You're just losing all your leads because you're not calling them fast enough. So just to give you some perspective, there was a study that was done by MIT a few years ago that from the 5th minute to the 30th minute of a lead signing up, there is 100 times decrease in the probability of them responding and wanted to book. 100 times. So you can literally make or break your business if you're not calling leads within 5 minutes. And now, I know most people don't have the time to call leads within 5 minutes. And shameless plug, that's the whole reason that we have an in-house sales team that calls your leads for you. So if you want to learn more about that, click the link down below, book a call with our team, and we'll show you how we call leads within 5 minutes and how we can maximize the amounts of appointments that you're booking. But apart from that, the study also said that the qualification rate goes down by 21 times from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. So not only you cannot contact them, but you cannot qualify them. So in order to maximize the amount of leads we turn into actual booked in-home appointments, booked in-home estimates, we must follow all the lead nurture best practices exactly as we do, for example, with our business. As soon as we get a new client through ads, we're calling them right away, right? Because you're interested. Your interest level is like this. You're looking for more appointments. So we're going to call you right away, right? So the only difference we must ask is if it's scalable. Everything you do, it must be scalable. If you're a one-man band and you're like getting like 100 leads a day, you're not going to be able to call them. So you actually need a team that's going to be in there calling leads within 5 minutes. If not, your marketing is just never going to work. So with that in mind, let's go over the 5 steps that you can implement today to be able to get leads to book, show up, and ultimately close. And again, if you don't want to do this, just click the link down below. I'll show you how we do this for your business with our FloorFocus program. So number one is speed to lead. This is non-negotiable. It's a 5-minute response time. Same as the study as you saw. You must respond to leads within 5 minutes of opt-in, and this is non-negotiable. This is especially important for the manual follow-up portion. Regardless of which one it is, there must be a notification system in place for the person to know the minute someone comes in and call them, and for a way to track how fast they actually did it. So if you're doing any kind of ads, or if you're working with someone that does ads, you need to know exactly when the lead comes in and how fast you're calling so you can track it. If I ask you, hey, how fast are you calling leads? You need to have that in like a sheet. You need to know how fast you're calling. Because if you're not tracking this, you don't know if you're doing it right or wrong. So that's the first thing, speed to lead. Call leads within 5 minutes and have the systems to do that. Number two is value hammer. Leads with, you have to lead with leads value first, right? You need to give them value, not selfish talks. A lot of people, when you get a lead, all you're texting them, you're calling them, leaving voicemails, emails, and you're doing, hey, I just saw you want to book the free estimate, and you provide no value. You cannot do this because people, they're selfish. People, they wanna know what's in it for them, right? So that's why we follow this framework, which is called the WIIFT principle. It's basically the what's in it for them framework, right? And this is like a bad example of what you shouldn't do, which is like, hey, John, just following up to see if you want to book a free estimate with Artist Flooring, right? That's bad because what's in it for them, right? You're not giving them anything. But this is actually a good example of how can you actually give them value. So they're like, hey, this people, they're actually helping me. They're different than other companies. All you want to do with nurturing is provide value and bid different. That way you can separate yourself and stop competing on price. So for example, it will be something like this. Hey, John, I saw you put durability as your biggest concern on our ad when looking for new flooring. I got two things that might help you. Number one, I got a video breaking down exactly how our flooring is most durable than most competitors in the market. And then number two, I got a testimonial from a homeowner who actually got her flooring done by another business and it just broke in like 2 weeks. So we had to come in and fix it. And now she's been happy for like 2 years now. Would you like me to send those over? Right? Just see the difference there. Who do you think is most likely to respond? The first one or the second one? The second one is way more likely. Just because we're giving a bunch more value, we're actually giving them something, what's in it for them. So the next time you start sending them messages to your leads that just came in, you have to ask what's in it for them and always offer value first. If you give value, you get value in return. All right? Number three is what we call universal sales assets. And I really haven't heard anyone in the industry talk about this, and we do it for all of our clients. This is just so important. Sales assets are basically resources you can send to leads. So for example, it's questions they may have, overcoming objections and limiting beliefs they may have, or setting expectations of what happens next. For example, questions they may have is, why is your flooring different? Do you have durable, waterproof, eco-flooring floors? Overcoming objections is like, why is flooring so expensive, right? Or isn't all flooring the same? Limiting beliefs are stuff that they believe that basically are not true, right? And then lastly, setting expectations. So for example, setting expectations of what will happen in the home, setting expectation on how your in-home appointments go, setting expectations of what to expect after the in-home appointment, right? These are things people don't do. And if you don't do them, you're going to go to the home and you're going to go with zero information. So people are going to be lost. They're going to be like, okay, I know who you are, but I don't know why you're coming. I don't know what you're going to do here. I don't trust your company. Haven't seen anything. So if that ever happens in your home appointments where they know nothing about your business, they're not educated, this is what you need to do. Number one, you're going to have a document full of sales assets, which is basically things that you're going to send to your in-home appointments before you go to them. So let's say you have an in-home estimate in 2 days from now. In this 48 hours, you're going to send us as much emails and texts as possible, and don't overdo it. You do like 2 or 3 a day. And then if you provide value, they're not going to be pissed. They're going to be like, wow, I actually enjoy this company sending me stuff because I'm learning a lot more than I didn't know. So this is going to be stuff like, for example, FAQ videos. It's going to be videos that you film that are going to answer the top 10 questions leads usually have when you go into the in-home estimates. So if leads usually ask, like, what's the price? How are we different? Why is your flooring different? These are the questions you're going to answer in those videos, and you're going to send them those videos. You're going to be like, oh, hey, Maria, I saw you had this question. I'm just going to send you this video before we go to the in-home appointment so you can start learning more about our process. You know, number 2 is objection handling. You're going to address the top 5 objections, like why are we more expensive than our competitors? You're going to answer stuff like, what if I don't like any colors? Stuff like that. I need to think about it, right? And then you're going to send them those videos. You're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to send you this video before the appointment. It's just how are we different than, you know, that cheap contractor who gave you that quote last time. And that's why it's very important that before the appointment, you actually have a conversation with them. You know, you call them within 5 minutes, You have a conversation. You make sure what they're looking for, what are their questions, what are their complaints, their objections, and we can send those as assets before the appointment. Your close rate is going to be way higher, and your show rate as well. And then you can send like process explainer videos, like exactly like expectations, like what to expect when you book, like what exactly is going to happen, what time are we going to be there, who's going to be there, what are we going to do with you, etc. And then testimonials, like for people to trust you, you need to send them reviews. You need to send them testimonial videos. And then you need to send them before and after examples. Send them before and after pictures, stuff like that. A lot of people, they go to an in-home appointment and they have no idea who you are. So you have to make them trust you by doing all this. If everything in this video, you do this one thing, this is greatly going to impact your close rate and show it as well. And then number 4 is humanized messaging. So humanized messaging is that, how a lot of people, they have CRM nowadays and they do a lot of like automated messaging. And this automatic messaging, it just looks really bad. It seems that it's an AI or a machine. So what we have to do is, I'm not against using AI or automations because at scale you have to, but you need to learn how to make that messaging look human. And this is how we do it. So number 1 is doing spaced out messages. So instead of sending like a big block or a paragraph, like real people don't do that. So break it up into 2 or 3, sentences and send it as different texts. So for example, what's going on, John? I just wanted to connect with you, helping you solve your flooring issue you were talking about. Did you get that figured out already? And you can send that in 2 or 3 messages instead of just one. Second is simplify the appointment time. A lot of people have automations that are like, hey, your in-home appointment is booked for April 24, 2026, right? Don't do that because people don't write that. You have to write it as if it looks human. It's going to be like, for example, hey, John, see you tomorrow at 2. Right? That looks a lot more human instead of just writing everything, the long way. Number 3 is you can use AI for personalization. So nowadays, and this is a lot we do for our clients, you can use AI to personalize every single message. So based on the application that the person did. So let's say they're looking for LVP and they put that in the application. We can tell AI, hey, based on this response that the lead gave us, can you write a message that's custom to them? And then that way we can personalize actual messages that we do at scale. And then number 4 is you need to send an iPhone email when booking. This is something that we do for all clients, and it's something that we've seen increases show rate by so much, and it's so simple. We send an email that says this: hey, John, any questions before our in-home estimate? Sent from my iPhone. And then that's it. And then a lot of people respond. A lot of people are like, oh, I have this question. And then you can send the sales assets, right? And that is greatly going to increase show rate. And then lastly, you have long-term value. A lot of people, what tends to happen, a lot of businesses, flooring business specifically, they get a lead, they get someone, that people doesn't book or they cancel or they reschedule or they no-show, and then they never reach back to them. And then what tends to happen, you have like hundreds or thousands of leads in your database that never booked, never showed, never closed. And now what are they doing? You're not taking advantage of the money that you could be making from them. So every single lead that no shows, every single lead that cancels, every single lead that reschedules, that never books, that never buys, we're going to put them in a long-term nurture value sequence. And you have to do that as well. This is from like day 8 to like day 100. We do it, for example, for a year. We send them emails for like a full year. And again, don't get me wrong, you don't have to do this every day, and obviously don't do it. People are going to get pissed. But you do it every week or every 2 weeks or every month. The most time that passes, you have to do it in a longer time frame. So the first week, you might do it every day. But after that, you do it every week. After that, you do it every 30 days, every 60 days, etc. And what we send on this long-term value is we send, number 1, educational content. So we send them emails like this. And by the way, the long-term value is typically best doing with email. Don't typically do it with text. It's best with email. Number 1, it's educational content, like 5 things to know before getting new flooring. And then you just write that out. And you can even use AI to help you write that out today. How to choose the right retailer for a flooring remodel, Or you can even send case studies, like how Sarah got her a beautiful new flooring transformation. Or like how we helped John transfer his floors in just one day. Or testimonials. You can send video testimonials from happy customers. You can send before and after photos. Or you can send industry news, like the new ecologic flooring you have, or 2026 flooring design trends. This is very important because if these people that are on your database and they still haven't given you money, if you do this, you're gonna realize your return on ad spend is gonna be way, way, way bigger. Because if someone doesn't buy today, they might buy in 30 days, in 60 days, they might even buy in 2 years, right? But you're gonna make your advertising dollars be worth a lot more. So just to recap, those are the 5 things we 100% recommend to implement today: speed to lead, value hammer, universal sales assets, humanized messaging, and long-term value. If this sounds like a lot of work for you to do, which it is, I highly recommend book a call with the FloorFocus team. I'm the CEO and founder, Ricardo Desperado. And yeah, just click the link below, book a call. I'll be happy to talk to you, see how we can implement this in your business and actually help you get more in-home estimates and get more jobs and scale your business.